Okay. 137 Main Street. Please come on down and tell us all about your application.
They're like put together, right? That's right.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Thanks.
I recently opened a cannabis dispensary, 137 Main Street. The issue seems to arise where there is a distinction between New York State cannabis regulations and historic review board desires. So I spoke to the mayor about this. She did not want me to put up a blacked out area completely. If you look at one of the images that I sent, you can see a list of several other stores in the area. Basically, there's different ways of blocking out. It's illegal for people under the age of 21 to view cannabis. So as a result, most cannabis stores either have a vestibule where there's an indoor door that's blocking view, or it's frosted glass or curtains. So rather than get into an issue, I put up curtains with the sign basically as a privacy screen so that nobody could see through to see the cannabis. There's no actual cannabis displayed in the store from the street unless there's a customer in there and we're handing them or packaging them anything. So normally window can be open and people can see inside, which was the preference mayor had described, that the historic review wanted. But the screen, has a sign in it, and it basically is, I put it 3 feet back because I didn't know what the setback was for interior versus uninterior. But trying to out the image from the road, I'd have to frost or black out all the glass. So that was always my preference, but like I said, when I spoke to the mayor, she said that that was against the historic review rules. So I'm here to come and find a solution. Basically, as long as it doesn't allow kids to see it, that's really what the state cares about. But if you guys don't want a completely frosted out of black glass, then I gotta come up with a different solution.
Um,
So all of this is signage that you want.
Oh, it's required.
This is all required.
So I put in, the state requires the sign that, so when I applied, I had to have an inspection by New York State, with these signs. And I have to have a plan for mitigation of crowd control, and I have to have, a plan for the signage. I believe, Abigail just sent you the signage one, and there's also a crowd control one. So this has all been submitted to the State Office of Cannabis Management, and it's all on file as being there. So for me to remove it or change it, I have to change it, but I have to have a plan of what you guys want for me to change it.
Some of these signs, like this image, you have two framed or 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 17
Yeah.
documents inside. So this can be just somewhere in
So
the
that's a
store.
foot within, it's a foot within the door
It needs
on
to be
both
within-
sides. It doesn't need to be within a foot, it has to be seen by somebody entering the store. So that's policy literally says you can't enter unless you're under 21. The line below, I have to display the license that I have, for cannabis. So that's on the bottom, the sales tax one on the bottom of that, I could move that.
And the hours.
The hours I have to display. So that's all part of the requirements.
But
The one, the doorbell sign I could remove, but that's part of the mitigation plan, but it was not. So I have to have a crowd control measure so people don't queue up outside. So I discussed it with the mayor, and the QR code where people literally just scan the QR, set an appointment, and then they come in, has been working great. The majority of people actually use that, so we don't have crowds, we don't have people waiting. But that sign is on the outside glass. You can see it in the picture that's on the bottom right there. So that is there. And if I'm gonna change that sign, then I need another.
And is this sign that I also see is in the window?
So that one's in the window right now. That one actually legally is not the official sign. I do have the sign. I forgot to take a picture of it. New York State gives me a sign from the state about that big,
Okay.
but it actually has a QR code and I have to put it up. And it allows people to scan and confirm that I am a legal dispenser.
Okay.
So I can swap that one out. I can swap that one out, with the legal sign today. So I have the new sign, state that.
And then this is obviously,
That's the sign that is submitted for the name of the location I have. I'm supposed to have that I'm a legal dispensary, the name of the company, contact information, location.
This doesn't exist yet though, does it? I mean, it looks like a photo. It does, it's in there right now.
Well, it's
When
not
they
in there.
insert
It's
it.
part of, I built it into a screen that's portable, so it's several feet back from the window.
Okay.
And we cover it with curtains. It's only open when we're open for 5 hours or 6 hours a day. It's actually only open when we're operating. It's actually closed and nobody sees it. It's behind curtains otherwise.
Okay.
And that was me trying to meet the rules of both. But I would prefer a sign in the window and just blacking everything else out. But I understand that that's not the preference of Cold Spring.
There's nothing that says, were you to have I understand there's space limitations inside, were you to have a vestibule and then a back chamber, there's nothing that's precluding you from having
I still
a
have to,
sign on the,
I still have to have a sign on the outside. I have to
On
have
the
a sign
outside.
on the outside
Right.
showing, yeah.
would imagine you want that.
I don't really care. We're gonna have almost everything. The state requires it. Almost everything's done electronically when it comes to business and people finding us. They're gonna find us on Google. We're just gonna have the information out there. So I'm not too worried about anything beyond the legal requirements, both the village and the state. If the sign needs to be changed in size, I'll change it in size. If it needs to be moved, I'll move it. Like, it doesn't really make a difference to me. I just wanna meet the criteria so that.
Why couldn't, for example, licensed New York State micro go on the sign?
So I
Instead of
could
having all these
do that,
separate
but I still
pieces.
have to have, that's only in place of the legal one from the state. I have to have the state one there. So this will actually be gone. I'll do it tonight and replace it with the official state one.
so
Right,
this
but
will
this
be
just gets
gone.
switched out,
Yeah,
or this gets put on the,
no, it's switched out.
So-
I can't mess with the state one. The state has its own.
I think ideally, this information is incorporated, at least in my mind, into us in a neat way, at least at a minimum, the stuff that this text is included in. So you're minimizing, what you have to display
Okay.
publicly in the windows, doors. If it is required that it be there.
Okay, I guess I am a little confused because what historic district regulations do you feel you're not complying?
I don't know the specific regulations. I was just told I can't black out the entire front window, which is what I have to do. So I need to prevent people from outside the store seeing inside the store.
And why is that?
Because anyone under the age of 21 cannot see cannabis.
So we have a rule that you can't, and I have to check the exact numbers, but I think it's you can't cover more than 30% of your glazed area. And your sign were to be on the exterior of the facade can't be more than half of the width and up to 1 foot tall, something like that. So there are some parameters, and I think in general, those are meant to help consolidate signage and just make for a clean storefront, right? And I think what we're seeing now is you're trying to get all your required signs up and it's becoming a little bit like billboard, poster board, right? And so I think we want to help you simplify, get signage on the exterior, and also provide something that isn't blacking out the window. But also I think on the interior then isn't like the curtains that you have up now. I think something more elegant would probably work to meet that state mandate. I think that's a little bit beyond our realm, but I think the interior curtain, but as we work on this, maybe we can help talk about some sort of aesthetic option to do that. It sounds like the licensed New York State microbrewery dispensary, that signage in the new form that it will come in is the done deal. And so it's just a placement. And then I think what I'm hearing from these guys is the sign that's on the door with the hours and the QR code. It's just getting cluttery, and there's a way to simplify that and decouple it maybe from the main sign. Do we like this main sign in general? Do we have issues with this specifically?
Well, the issue that we don't deal with this message of the sign.
Right. So
We
it's the sign
don't really have any,
and the hanging mechanism.
right. So the question really has more to do with the construction of the sign and, how it's installed.
And the size.
And you said that it's set back from the glass?
Right now, it's 3 feet back from the glass.
3 feet back from the glass. So, I mean, my feeling is that that's not even a window sign. I mean, I think that becomes a question of, from what I heard you say, you're trying to deal with the issue of not or visibility through the glass. Right?
Yeah, so I originally had it within a foot of the glass, and that's when I got the complaint. I moved it back to the 3 foot because most villages and towns, I couldn't find a specification for setbacks here, but most villages and towns it's either 18, 3, or 5. So I moved it back to 3, which is about as far as I can get it back without messing with people safely getting in and out of the place. That was to basically just circumvent a code violation, but at the same time, it didn't resolve the overall issue. So I do need to have a way of what's there right now is legally conducive to both, I guess, the historic view and to the state, but it's probably not aesthetically pleasing. So that's why I'm coming here to figure out what to do. My preference again is to frost the glass and just put the sign right in the center and call it a day. But I understand that you guys don't want that. So it really comes down to what you guys want and whether it's feasible.
I wanna get the binder.
Yeah, even if it's not, I'm wondering if given what's being sold, if in this situation, a small storefront, if frosted glass up to some datum would be more aesthetically pleasing. And then maybe the 3 feet that he's lost, he can then use to make a very small vestibule at the door, so that when the door is open, there's less of an issue with kids seeing it. Maybe
A curtain door or something like they have.
yeah, like when it's winter, yeah, something like that, and then like frosted glass up to 6 feet, I don't know, or just because this is getting a little bit.
Yeah, well, I guess too, there are two things that we can focus on. One is trying to consolidate some of these signs so it doesn't look like it's just got signs all over the place.
Definitely do that.
Okay.
Is
Uh,
sorry, go ahead.
And the second, dealing with the issue about the frosted glass. And how that window is presented. Is there a sill under the window?
Yes.
How deep is that?
Probably 12 to 18 inches deep into the area of my guess.
All right. So in fact, the door is sort of set back.
Yeah, the door's in line with the back of that sill, yeah.
Okay, and the door then lines up with this side,
No, not a sign, another 2 feet back from there,
another 2 feet back from there.
maybe a foot and a half back from there. Whatever it was, I just measured out a foot and pulled it back.
Okay, and what is the sign made of?
It was printed on a latex board or plastic board or something like that.
Well, I is that it's actually away from the front of the building.
Does the curtain cover in front of the door as well? That's a concern because the door is glass, so you can see in technically.
So the
So you have to
curtain-
keep that
so the-
blocked off too.
The curtain's there because it's hanging from
Wall to wall.
it's not wall to wall, no, it's hanging from a curtain rod essentially.
Hmm.
And so there's curtains that block the side because the signs aren't perfectly there. But we cover all of it at night. So it's completely drawn, so nobody can see into the store at all at night.
Including the door.
The front door has its own little curtain
It
right
does.
on.
Oh, okay.
Well, is the curtain for the door there during the day?
Yes.
Right, so the only thing that is an issue is really the storefront window.
But for him, when the door is open, the New York State code mandates that he still can't see in, right?
Yes, so while cannabis is physically being exchanged or seen, it can't be seen. Nobody can view it.
But the door has its own little curtain thing.
The door is
Door is open.
Oh, and somebody's just walking in
but
around.
nobody, the door has to be closed when someone's in
Right.
the store.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
Nobody's, yeah, it's a locked situation, like nobody actually can enter. The door remains locked all the time, actually. They have to buzz in to get to the store.
I mean, it feels like a sign in the window and the mandated sign, licensed cannabis, New York State, that you need to have in the doorway feels okay to me. So it's kind of working out how big the sign is or where it's placed or what. If we were to say frosted glass up to a point, does the sign go above that in the clear glazed area? So it actually works aesthetically a little bit differently than normal, but at least then it kind of like there's a break in the frosted glass and then the language is above for the signage or
Be
something.
open to something instead of like this curtain, because I've walked. I know from opening stores, there's a lot to do, and you're trying to manage all these different expectations, but I've walked by it and right now it does feel a little informal. And I feel like given what you're selling, you want it to be a bit more polished and we'd like it to be a bit more polished. And if we can forgo that curtain, then it would.
Forgive me, you want the sign to be covered by the curtain when you're not open?
I don't care.
You don't care if the sign, right, okay. Right now, you just have the
I
curtain
mean,
there
I would
because you need to have
prefer
it
to put the
blocked
sign
out.
on the window
Yeah.
and not have to keep closing the
Right,
curtains every
right,
day and just keep
right.
the frosted glass, because it's an extra thing to do that we have to do constantly.
I mean,
So-
frosting the glass is gonna be that, like, to execute that very well is a professional job, on an existing piece of glass, unless we started talking about replacing those two panes of glass.
I was just thinking film carefully applied, no?
Yeah, I could just
Yeah.
apply translucent film, yeah.
You can get it that large, you think, like 5 feet across and,
Yeah, usually it's 48 inches wide and a professional can apply frosting onto glass. But it would have to be professionally done.
yeah, right.
But
I don't,
we gotta,
It's not, it would
Yeah, it's like a-
definitely be,
yeah.
it's just, yeah. We can say no, but it's just then what is everything else do? And is having translucent film aesthetically more desirable than like looking back to an informal curtain? And like this, it kind of dead space in the middle, it's like, what by?
Yeah, it's terribly awkward, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I'm just trying to meet
Okay.
rules. I was just trying to come up with what the best solution is between the two codes.
but where does it say that you can't use trans?
I can't find it at the moment, but I'm remembering it.
Films,
And then,
vinyl,
Yeah, you
it's
can't
that
have
kind of,
vinyl,
like-
you
You
can't
can't
have,
cover more than 30% of the
Yeah.
window, so.
Yeah. Codes, no matter what.
We could have the graphics put on the vinyl if we're trying to keep as much like glass.
but would it meet the requirements though? Or the state requirements, if it was, say, 6 feet high and there was still a clear area
Be
above it?
outside, inside, there's no specifications in the rules for where. It's
Just as long as you can't see
As long
in,
as
so
you
like,
can't see
if you
stuff.
put a ladder, like,
But
I
like,
think those under
The
21.
average person can't see it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like
No,
the
it's-
height like this is, you know.
Like you'd have to do the entire window?
No,
or,
no, it's
Like,
just to
but what would the
prevent,
height be?
well, it's kind of like stepped there, so you probably have a foot right off of the sidewalk higher, and then it's probably another foot and a half before the window starts. So probably 4 or 6 feet is more than enough for crossing, and you can leave the top of it clear.
So how high is this window?
The window goes all the way up.
That's
Roughly
probably,
7.5 feet high from
yeah, the
the,
door's probably a
Seven
bit.
feet. 2 feet of clear
And-
space at the
Yeah,
top,
that would be
so it'd be
way less.
roughly in line with the height of the door.
Yeah.
So it would sort of look like a transom window. Kind
The
of.
other option would be having the curtain, there's a little window box we established.
Yeah.
Having a curtain in.
In the window.
window box. Do you know, Wilbur Flowers, Liesel's space across from Barber and Brew? It's a blue facade with a pink curtain and it's a window curtain. I mean, there's other examples, but she is sort of hiding the space and only showing as much as she wants to.
originally I had the curtain in the window, in that space, and that's when I got hit by the code violation.
Well, but
I think it
maybe
was
not.
less to do with maybe the, I mean, I could be wrong, but in my mind, on our end of things, it would be less to do with like the placement of the curtain and more the amount of signage that was placed all over.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
like,
you could have the curtain set back also, right? It could
be in line with the door.
so that you have a little bit of, you could have the barcode on a framed card on the sill or something.
And then you could have.
Well, but then it's gonna be multiple signs.
Well, but it feels different.
can
if
you
it's up in a
add to,
window.
so the New York State permit is what, is it?
It's small, it's
It's-
probably a foot by 6 inches.
So is there a way that you can incorporate
I
that?
currently have it actually, I think in the side angle like in your picture, you might look at the.
Yeah, so like, is there a way where you can incorporate this and this information into a single 8x11 or some kind of single?
Really small, I don't know, if I put all of that in there, the QR.
I mean,
code,
this is really big.
That's big because
obviously.
people are usually scanning it from like 6 to 10 feet away. So we see people, I have cameras there all day. They're scanning it from the sidewalk, not going up to the window to actually scan it. So if it's smaller, then they're probably gonna have to walk straight up to the window, which now gets me into people seeing directly inside. So the curtains are not 100%. Again, that's the frosted glass is by far the best for me because I don't have to worry at all.
Well, if a curtain is hung in line with this doorway at the height of the door straight across, you can't see through, you're not gonna
It's
see.
one straight curtain all the way
Right.
across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not.
Exactly. So if you did a solid piece of fabric, all the way across that
I
area.
don't know if that's more aesthetically pleasing, translucent film. Up to you guys, I don't really care.
Yeah,
And then you can hang this, some sort of this sign. I mean, I know, can you put a QR code on that sign?
I can
Like-
add to the sign or make another sign, that's not an issue, and add that information on it, I just don't know if it's gonna be more.
I feel like this kind of information with all of this text and this kind of very graphic thing with an already like mandated, this is what the permit looks like, there's no way to change any of that. To me, all of that kind of ugly information belong together
Yeah.
in a single spot on the doorway. And if it requires
So it could
people
be
to
on
take a
the
couple
back.
steps up to zoom in on a QR code, I mean, I do it at my house all the time and it's on the TV and you're like, you zoom in and the link still works. So
Yeah.
that doesn't, in my
And
opinion,
you-
seem overly
yeah.
burdensome, but I think that information is not nice to look at, but you need to have it. And so let's try to put it all in the same place in the most kind of discreet,
Yeah.
which seems like the door. And then like Lauren said, a version of this sign that maybe is, I mean, I don't think that's an issue size wise, but I guess we would have to,
It's 6 square feet, I think it's within the realm.
that's 6 square feet.
Well, the thing is
I
that
do
it's
lose-
3 foot behind the
We're
window.
not talking
It
about it
won't
being
be
3 feet,
in
we're
line.
talking about it being in this recessed area. The curtain is going to be in line with that doorway. Yes, exactly.
So I will have to now, if I do make it translucent, I now have to, or if I do put a curtain there, I now have to bring those other signs on the side walls to add those to it. So now I have the hour sign and the policy sign.
You can
be able to see them when they enter the store.
But they're out, they're right inside the
Yeah,
door
they can see that
now.
when they enter the door, they'll open the door and they'll see it.
Yeah,
Well, they're there now, so
they're there now, but, the sign's back, so, I guess they won't.
I don't know if this is helpful. This is a plan view of your store. So you have the stoop and then you have the door that's inset, you have the window with a little window display box, and the squiggly line just north of that is your current curtain. So if you get rid of that and then you put a curtain just at the end of that window display box, and then you can put things in that display. You could put some like pretty plants in there. Not all types of plants.
things that evoke a different type of green leaf.
Yeah.
I'm completely fine with that, and we're farmed, so we have all the flowers in the world to put there, so, that's not, well, that's easy for us, so I'll put that there. I will still have to put, because that hour sign was always visible. so
You
they
need
won't be able to
hours,
see
yeah,
it.
you totally need your hours, that's fair.
So I'll have to incorporate the hour sign somewhere in
Maybe on
that
the-
section.
Maybe on the door, a lot of people put
Yeah,
hours on their door.
It's a good, definitely on the door.
Okay, so,
Well,
that's
why not combine it with the, QR code?
Well,
sign?
you're
We're
trying to
trying to
put
get
this
the
in with the
regulation.
they
permit.
want, yeah, they want that one on the big sign, but I mean, I can,
No, on the little
This?
side.
yeah. Oh, I
Thinking
thought-
this could be with with the New York State permit, so it's, which is probably about half of a page, and then this.
Well, the New York State permit's its own permit, like its own
Yeah.
sticker, pre-made, I can't touch it.
Okay,
But
because
that-
right now
does-
it's in that frame,
that-
so I thought you could add.
Addresses the issue of hours of operation, right?
So I have to display
QR
my hour, the QR code has a link to appointments, so they can actually make an appointment. The appointment time actually is not the same as the hours of operation. You open up before we take appointment.
And
I
would
know,
want both. Like if I was running a store, I wouldn't want someone to have to click on a QR code to understand what my hours are. So I think it's.
I know,
Hours
Where,
be
this is
small.
inside,
It's within the first.
within
area,
those
so they
3
can see
feet
it,
base
yeah.
that you've created, okay.
So people can see it by seeing to the side of the curtain actually, when it was originally there, and now they can see it outright, it's in front of the curtain.
Maybe in the side window in that door area, that could be an option.
That's really, it's like this wide.
Oh, yeah, this
So
side.
this, so your permit is is half of
It's the
this,
bottom,
it's the
yeah.
bottom half,
Yeah,
and that
I
is
don't think it sells
that
that
is a
much.
decal that actually sticks like a car registration to the glass, is that correct?
That, no, it's flipped upside, no, the decal that they give me, so that's my license, I have to have, the bottom one is,
QR
the bottom one doesn't have to be external. So that's just a license if I ever get inspected that I have to have.
This has to be visible.
That one's just the occupancy from the village. It's
Okay.
the top one, and then the one that, I don't know if you can see it from your side view picture on your computer, but in the side of it's there, so it fits like that 5-inch area, so it's like, it's only maybe 5 by 10.
Oh, that's already in the little skinny.
I have it sitting against
Oh.
the side, but I don't have it sitting on the front right now. So that has to be there, but it was supposed to go into, it's just leaning there, it was supposed to replace that other sign, this one. So this one can go, is what I'm saying.
But it's in this side glass that we
It's
don't
in
see.
the side
Oh,
glass.
okay, so that feels fine, so we don't have to address, I mean, that, right?
It's just, yeah,
just
it was
stays
just
there.
more sign, but that's.
Yeah.
really-
So it's
I
really a
think
matter of-
What we're asking is, so this is gonna go away.
Yeah.
Your other thing can stay in that side panel where you already have it. These two could be combined on a smaller sign on the door, the QR code and your hours.
Yeah, the hours are inside right now. I could do that on the door sign, yeah.
That's saying you have to be 21 and older.
Yeah, so that's
And that could also
why
be a
I get,
smaller
that's how I
sign.
was getting around the
Right.
one that's inside the door. That when you open.
So this information,
That one will be, when I combine the sign that you want, which is that one right there, the top one, when I combine that one with the QR code on the one side of the door, then I don't have to worry about it at that point in time. But the hours are, the sign's gonna be bigger, that's really what it comes down to on the door. But not that much bigger. I think it's an 11 by 17 right now. I could probably get away with like a 16 by 20 and get all that information.
but this policies also has to be,
It has to be seen by somebody entering the store.
which, so we've established that it could be right
It could
inside
be-
the door.
It could be right there, yeah, but my goal is to deter 21-year-olds from, anyone under 21 from even trying to get it.
So
That's
is there
why
a
I have
world
that.
that your hours, the QR code, and must be 21 and
Yes,
older,
I
can
can
be
get that
on
on-
a single
I can get that on a
sign in the
single
Could
window?
it be on a size sign?
On an 8x11.
Bet it could.
Yeah.
I really bet it could.
I
So
don't
you
know.
will have the option of up to 30% of the glazed area.
So,
right?
but I think
So-
basically what we're saying is it has to stay, all of the sign has to stay on 30% of the glazing. And we want to just reduce the number of signs to a maximum of 3.
Okay,
Preferably one in the door window, one in the window, and
On
then
one
the
side.
New York State required
On
one
a
on the
curtain,
side.
not a film.
So
But
this
it
is
could-
what she's doing,
okay,
where it's an opaque curtain, right?
fine with that.
Yeah, so something like that. And then your sign itself, the
You don't
interior doesn't.
My feeling is that if it's 3 feet back.
It's
Not, they want it.
Going to be-
Okay, but all right, so then we're talking about it being a foot back, right?
No,
On the
gonna be
back
up
part
Within
of
a foot, within that foot
the-
of the
within
window
the
box.
plane of the door.
Yeah.
No, the plane of sorry, can I take that back? That door window display, the curtains be here,
Right.
and potentially the signage.
It's 25% of the glass.
So
It's 25, okay, thank you, not 30.
Yeah,
I don't know, I think 30. from
No,
what I-
it's 25.
Oh, I kept looking up, it was in the
No,
actual.
no
code
more
document.
than 25% of glass area may be covered with permanent window sign.
So do we need to see the sign, the dimensions of the sign and confirm the location?
Dimensions of the sign are 2x3.
And
It's
refer to
6 square
the,
foot, we don't know the dimensions of that glass, but it looks like it's probably 6 foot tall by 5 foot across.
So the total width of the store is 11 minus the door, which is 30 inches, so somewhere.
So yeah, more than, just call it 6 by 7-ish. 42 square feet, and the sign is 6 square feet is what you're saying. We maybe just want confirmation of that, I think, the exact
Well,
dimensions for the records, right?
so, but if it's 6 square feet, that is, we're talking about 25%, right? 1/4 of, what was the area that,
We just very roughly
Yes.
I know,
Estimate
what are we,
30, more more than 30 square feet of glass.
okay, but 4 into 30.
24 feet would be the 25%, 24 square feet would be the 25% mark.
Yep.
So I think we just need to kind of
Yeah.
be 100% sure that that is the.
Or a photo marked up with dimensions showing what you're proposing.
Okay.
Would be helpful in labeling the materials of the location.
Okay. Oh,
is it inside, we have a choice of material?
that's, what do you need?
Well,
what
maybe
kind
it's not
of
material, yeah.
What kind of material do you need it to be? I don't know.
I mean, my feeling is that, this is an indoor sign. I mean, this is not an exterior sign. So, I don't feel like we
So we just
need
need
to,
dimensions.
just the dimension.
Yeah. The dimensions of the called out of the sign and then also of the glass, and then it can be very clearly, pass muster.
And then for the sign in the door, you want me to stick the 25% of whatever the glass is in the door?
That would be ideal.
Well, but as part of your door, don't you have glass on the sides?
No.
No,
It's
it's
one
just-
block. Right here.
I know, but what is to the side, right, the side light?
That is a very skinny pane of glass, which is going.
But I mean,
That's where the
as far as the calculation of 25%, I would think that glass area should be included, because you theoretically, you can have something like the hours of operation as QR code on that side light.
He's going to have the New York State, permit.
The small one on the side.
His total glazing area and then the total signage area should be under 25.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come close to it, I'm not worried
Yeah.
about it. On any of the sides, so.
I mean, for the
Sides,
hours
I don't need any of it.
that,
But you see, the thing is that his permit does not need to be in the window. His permit just needs to be inside the building. So that when he's inspected, he can point to it and say,
Yeah,
there it is.
He's gonna
So
do
that'll stay inside the building, yeah, but there's one state,
mandated.
it has a QR code from the state that they can look up that it's a licensed location. We'll put that one in the side window.
Yeah.
It's really small, it fits there. And then I'll leave the one that's 6 square feet where it is, just put it near in that first foot. And then, curtain, is there a color that I need to give on it? Okay, so I'll put a curtain, I'll put it straight across. And then I'll have the other signs that are there all put into one on the door side.
And that should not be a piece of paper stuck to the glass. So
Okay.
should talk about what that is, correct?
Yeah, I mean, people do, usually people come in for their sign, like their business sign, and then they add all the other stuff after, and so I
mean, some people just have.
Do you want, I can just make it a framed glass piece. If that's-
All right, what I would like for you to do is submit, an, request or an application for this signage. And, we'll take a look at it and see if it agrees with it. I think the next month is close enough. We can probably, vote on it next month. Okay,
in the meantime, if he keeps his existing sign and moves it forward and puts the curtain up,
You wanna do that now?
he doesn't, he doesn't have to wait, right?
It could make the difference to you and it would be
It,
better.
it was the code violation that I moved it back. It was originally in that section, so I'm fine with it being there. I just didn't want to break any rules. So, I just moved it back to the interior to meet the rules that you were specifying, and essentially, I think it looks better if it's in the window, against the window, and I just put a curtain up there. So that's what I'll do.
And then it's about 8 inches, you think, the window bay?
I'm guessing between 12 and 18, yeah. Yeah, but I'll put it against the glass.
yeah, and
I'll make it
Not,
easier.
not the curtain.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
The curtain will be in the back, yeah, and that way the plants will go in front of it.
so if you can,
Is there a height requirement for how high the sign is?
we don't get into, into that is up to you.
Okay.
It just, what I would, request that you do all the calculations, measure the area of the glass and so on, and show where you're putting in various signs and submit an application for that.
Okay.
So that at least we have for the record.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, Abigail, the stuff I gave you today, do I need to change that now, or
Do you have the man next again?
the COA, the appropriateness stuff, there was supposed to be a description of what I was looking for, and I was looking for frosted glass, but they want to change it. Do I need to change the application?
You need to submit additional drawing. Right?
Yeah, I'll submit it. I didn't know if you wanted me to change the actual narrative that I didn't know.
It's kind of just.
No.
Can we?
I'll send you, drawings of everything.
Perfect, thank you.
Before you go, can we vote on this now?
If it's 25% or under,
That's-
that's all we have to really say about it, right?
And then just
So
have the
Well,
we'll just say we approve it if it's under.
All right. I don't especially like voting on something which we haven't really seen. And the thing is that, according to the regulations, when he submits it, we. So,
I'm fine with voting it next month. I'll do whatever you guys want. I'll put the sign forward. It doesn't matter to me. I really don't.
I mean, I think you understand what it is that we're looking for and what we care about and what we don't.
Yeah.
So if you
I'm
could
gonna
just.
limit the number of signs to just the 3 signs and keep it aesthetically pleasing, which I agree is, to me, makes more sense than what I've got going on right now. Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
All right,
Excellent.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sir. Okay,
Thank you.
Gotta consider for, fine.
okay, 14 Main Street.
Yeah.
Goddess on the river, going once, going twice. He left before they leaves that in.
Let's see here. Is she on? Was she on the call at all?
I don't believe she's on the call right
She
now.
wasn't earlier either. Okay, then
That's important.
Okay, well, so it's this one over. All right, well, this is the certificate of appropriateness.
I think that was for the previous approval we got, Jane.
Oh, yeah, temporary vinyl sign.
All right, so it has she, and this was in August.
And then she wrote in January.
She's gonna do like a wooden carved sign, and now she wants to keep the vinyl and like frame it.
There was communication earlier this month, but I think might have to.
Here we go.
She wants to keep the vinyl sign with lighting around it, and I think neither is her route.
But she's not here.
Yeah, do we just get this one right
Yeah.
now?
There's nothing to talk about.
The vinyl's up for longer.
Can we just send a follow-up and request that she attend the next meeting?
One 59, 160.
John, you ready?
Well, hang on, let's just sort of finish up with 14. But have a seat. Sit down and listen to our brilliant conversation.
Essentially, she's asking if she can keep it. That's what we added. If the-
Well, all right, so what she's saying is part of this process, we revisited our original signage concept in depth. Our initial vision was for a hand-carved wooden sign
Yeah,
designed to be single-sided. However, after further evaluation, and multiple discussions with our design, it became clear that adapting this concept to a double-sided format necessary for visibility from both directions would significantly increase the sign's weight directly above it through its placement. This raised concerns about the feasibility, but also about the long-term impact on the building.
yeah, this is the email sent back. in
Yeah,
January.
this is January, but she's
That email's in
not here.
January. So she has not submitted anything to us since then. She's asking if she can keep the vinyl, and the answer is no, and nothing else has been submitted to it.
Well, because at the very last sentence of the letter is, let me know if you have any questions. Oh, that's from Abby.
So what's this sign that's in a wooden
That,
frame with the light?
I think she mocked.
That's the existing vinyl that used to be like on chain ties and four corners or more than that.
For like a 3-month period while this new sign was supposed to be being made last year.
But the sign is getting retrofitted with a wood frame.
I
and
don't particularly want to give this any more
Yeah.
attention tonight because she's
No.
not here.
And she hasn't. submitted
And she's
anything.
asking us to approve something while never fully submitting an application or being, and just writing emails, and I don't think we
Well,
can do that.
yeah, I mean, she did submit an application for the first certificate of appropriateness.
But everything has been done through email,
Right.
and we can't make it
Right.
something.
Agreed. All right, so, Abby, tell her that we would like for her to come visit us.
But maybe should we tell her too that lights and vinyl won't be approved, that she has time to duplicate something that would be approved?
I mean, it would be.
Well,
Otherwise, she's visiting us just for us to say, we saw your image a month ago and we weren't.
The current signage was approved on a temporary basis only. The existing signage does not meet designs, guidelines, and new submission. Application should be submitted. Alright,
Well,
Yeah, the lights don't. I mean, I just don't wanna waste more time, right?
It does look like she appeared to attend, because she did confirm receiving the first version of the agenda when it was scheduled for the third Tuesday. I think it might just be scheduling things that I can follow.
Do we deliver that information in that follow-up?
Would you feel comfortable with that, just saying, hey, take a look at the design guidelines, because I don't think vinyl or lights are gonna pass.
Right, and fine.
And how should 159, 163 Main?
Well, I guess, I'm not totally convinced that this is not acceptable.
Illuminated vinyl system.
Um. Okay, so.
I'm not
I
totally
remember.
convinced there's anything acceptable about it. It does not meet a single, materiality alone, it's disqualified.
I know, puts a sign.
But there's no illuminated.
The ways that we could go spin off of that.
If you let him argue that. I
Yeah,
don't
no.
know.
All right, okay, I'll concede, we don't want
It was
her to.
approved temporarily a year ago, and that's really the bottom line, is it was never approved to be a permanent sign. It was very clear that it was not approved to be a permanent sign. We hemmed and hawed about whether to even approve it
Exactly this
for
reason.
temporary approval for this reason.
Lesson
It is
learned.
not going, it does not pass muster, and a new application for a new sign should be submitted.
Okay,
And it's for
You got your other votes on that.
all right, I'll defer to the rest of the board members. Okay, cool. So, 14 Main Street, not present to appear. Meeting. Okay, 55 Main Street, he is not gonna be here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 159, 163 Main Street. So tell us all about the, that little enclosure in the back.
You guys would do it.
What's the new one?
Yeah. Okay, yes.
That's
Yeah.
what's existing, not what you're.
Okay, you guys did not want, which I can totally see, because the window being blocked on this with this piece here. The reason I had started to do this is because of the water issues that were going into the basement. The architect and me got together, and the only thing we could figure out is to do something like this last piece, which would bring the roof all the way across, still enclose that section because of the water problems that I'm having down there. There was nothing but mold through the whole basement. And since we even did this, it pretty much alleviated most of the water. I still am getting a little bit, but it's okay. We can manage that because it's in that lobby section of it. But so that's why they were putting the roof all the way over. We still would have to put the side on the side because of water with the winds and everything would still blow and go in. So that is why.
The side on the side, what do you mean?
a wall.
The wall on the side coming down. And I think this has it where the wall's on the other side, and then the staircase would still go up, but it would be one big piece of roof. So that it would keep the window open and it would be conforming with the building. That was the only solution that we could come up with.
All right, can you share that with us?
So the window is staying?
There's a window, and because of the
Might be
way
there.
first, the window was not affected, but it did not make it look conforming with the rest of it.
But the window would be enclosed.
No, the window will still be open. It won't be enclosed. Actually, they're not even using the window because the storefront has stuff in front of the window. But
Are we talking about the same window? The
Yeah,
little window that's
The
directly
one
next
that
to
is
the door?
Next to the door.
I don't know if it's will be enclosed.
Not
This-
shown
this
in your
window.
proposed.
Because I think this is an enclosed
That would be
space.
closed. Yeah.
So
maybe.
this would be
Yeah.
that would now be interior.
Yeah.
In the- Right?
I don't, it looks like it's blocked,
Or somehow, yeah, because
so it's not actually shown in this drawing. Right? But. Here.
I thought it was gonna be high enough that the window would still be far.
interior, right up against the door.
Right, but if this is a wall. Right, so
Yes,
the window is
the
blocked
window
by
is
a wall. It's
being
bifurcated
dissected
by
by.
a wall.
Well, I mean, if
It
you're
would
gonna
be blocked, but
extend
it
the
would be
roof,
within that space.
if you're gonna extend the roof, it'll cover the, that addition is gonna cover the window.
It would be within the unit, but it would not be out to the light, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
But it would still not be affected. It just wouldn't be within the light. And they're not even using the window because they put something up in front of it. So there's not light from there anyway.
I think you wouldn't even see it. Even if it
No,
underneath the roof line, because it's literally.
because it will cover
right
it
at the
by the
top of
roof.
the roof line.
We tried to configure a couple different things, but that was the only thing they could come up with to still keep the water out.
Are there any issues as far as proximity to the lot line? You talking about that?
Yeah, we don't know the answer to that. There's no site plan or survey.
No, but that was always there.
It says
That
pack,
existing basement and the Bilco doors
The
were all
Velcro
there.
doors.
So it says packed window opening to match surrounding. Shields.
yeah, you're removing the window. Your drawings are showing that you're removing the window.
Well, we can leave it in if you want. I didn't know they were.
All right, and what's the difference between option 1 and option 2?
So page one is option one, page two.
The other one is
The one is. So that was just the first proposal?
Say, how about,
Actually, well, there's something a little bit.
something different with the wall. I think one didn't have one wall on one side,
Yeah.
but I think we really need both walls because we're still gonna get the water from it.
So this is showing it.
going, the front part going all the way over to this, to the stair
Yeah,
going
but
up.
Presumably no wall that way. Wall and owl
Little thing.
like this instead of a wall.
Yeah, basically the plan is showing one additional wall connecting these two spaces on the next.
You can see,
Fully
yeah, there are two, enclosure, or there's an enclosure next to the stair. And here, the enclosure is extended to this wall, or to the the stair going up.
Yeah, there's a wall on this side of the.
The outer wall, and then the other one has it with it.
Here, and then there, and the door.
And I guess my question, okay, well, you have. Do you have any issues as far as leaving this open and water getting back?
Yeah, that's the problem. Because if this thing is not kept on both sides, the wind starts blowing and the water starts coming down. Just gonna
So
get the
then
water from the other
What
side.
you're saying is option two is your preferable one.
Why don't you both have the basement like fully enclosed?
Yeah,
Why
they
not?
both do.
So why don't we both fully enclose the basement stairs?
Right, but I guess my question is really this area here.
That's kind of weird space.
That's vulnerable and water can build up in there because you have the stairs going up.
It gets a lot of water, which I was shocked. When we started, got the basement wall, it was full of mold. Because the water kept seeping through from the stairs.
Well, 11 inches.
And then you're getting rid of
Friends?
this stained glass window.
Overall, it's not gonna. No, I don't know what I'm not.
All right, so before we get to option one and option two, do we have any comments concerning the construction of the addition? In other words, the materials and the configuration of the addition, the enclosure.
I think one thing, and someone just mentioned it, the site plan. This, I understand this foundation was pre-existing for a Bilco door, but I think we wanted to see the site plan in relation to the overall build. When people have fences, they often need to show the site plan, and since this is a substantial addition and it's, you know,
We're saying survey.
so close to the sidewalk. Something that shows the overall context in relation to the sidewalk with dimensions.
Yeah.
Like when fences go up, that's something that we have.
But
and I
that
think
was grandfathered in that section, and if the wall's only going up, it would still be grandfathered
Because
in.
it was the
Well,
Bilco
curb
door.
from Bilco doors is totally.
But I
different
mean, it's
thing.
built up on a cement base.
Right, but that's still a completely different thing than an addition to a structure.
But would that still not be grandfathered as far as if
I mean, if you were
it
just
did
fixing
wind up
them-
going over, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
hypothetically.
if you were fixing or replacing them in kind, it would be a non-issue, because then you would be grandfathered in for the Bilco doors. So if you were just replacing them with new Bilco doors that were more weather tight or something, not an
There's no
issue.
Bilco door I've ever seen. no
Right,
further-
but
that's a
that-
problem.
In kind, and we wouldn't be having any of these conversations. So it's the fact that it's an addition to the existing structure. Yes, it's within a footprint that, you know, the.
So let me
concrete curb
just
is there.
ask you this.
Yeah.
And I'm just checking. If, let's say, okay, we got what's there, and you guys are fine, let's say, with the layout, what we're doing. If that does not meet the setback of what you have to the sidewalk, what is my next step?
To go to zoning and get it there.
Yeah.
Because I can't take that down. I gotta do something. I'm not gonna destroy the integrity of the building. Water.
Yeah, that's a zoning thing, so. The site plan, I think, would be helpful to consider. To consider the options, I definitely think that. The proposed options are. Much better than what's currently there.
Oh, I
So,
agree, and I agree that we gotta get one roof
Yeah.
to make it more uniform.
Okay, but the window goes away.
Is the window that important there?
Well,
It's not even used in the store.
well,
It's locked.
it is, it's next to, it's there. And just to clarify, that the window is in fact going to be match window opening to match surrounding wall finishes.
Okay.
It's just
That's what it's for.
it's a consideration, because it is there and it's going away, so that is something to consider.
So, yeah, I would rather go.
I mean,
I could put the window on the side of the piece if we wind up, you know what I'm saying? If you
Oh,
come,
yeah.
click on the side of the enclosure as a window, which would still look nice.
That's enough.
Yeah. And make it look a little more.
Well, that looks like a stained glass window.
yeah.
All right. Um. Any other comments concerning,
Let me ask you this, if this gets approved and then I find out that with the survey that I get you, it doesn't meet, and I would go to them to get the variance. Can we even do that? Let's say this is approved on the condition that if it doesn't meet whatever with,
yes, we can do that.
only to say so we can keep going, so.
Well, the question really is that, um, is it a variance or is it, the village office or the village selling the property? Because the variance.
It could be a trade. You guys got an emergency door here, I'll let you go out onto my property, we can have a trade-off.
Well, the reason I asked the question is that, obviously the building itself is on the property line.
Yeah.
So, the question is, there is no setback requirement as long as it's within the property line.
I don't know the zoning law around.
Well, if the building is on the property line, then, huh?
For the front lot line, right, on a.
Well, this is a corner building, so,
So there's two front
but-
lot lines, I think that's correct, it's not 5 feet, is it? No. It's not 5 feet, it's 0.
it's, well, it can't be because it's on the property line. In other words, it's right at the sidewalk.
Well. Right. But I'm saying for the code, at one point, the code was following like a 10-foot setback, and so everyone kept on getting stuck because their buildings were on the property line, and so the code was changed to accommodate existing buildings. And I just can't remember if it's 5 feet or 0 feet, but additions are different than existing.
Okay, I think that is something that we can leave the building department to address because all of the buildings along Main Street have 0 setback as far as the property line at Main Street. And typically, when you have a corner, that's both sides are considered front lot. So, I think that we shouldn't get involved in the whole issue as far as the setback. I think that what we ought to do is take a look at what we have in front of us now and just make a judgment based on that.
And if we do vote to approve something, though, we should say in the language of
Contingent.
the permit.
And I can go up to to them and just check.
I mean, I think that maybe I propose option. Maybe I prefer option 1. Where the door is centered on its structure, its enclosure,
Yeah, I think.
and the original kind of iron railing above the steps and all of that is just staying exactly the same as it is. Right? That's not,
I wasn't changing any of that.
that's not, but the way that the second option is drawn is that your wall goes kind of right up to those concrete steps and it maybe
Are you saying to not have the wall on the one side?
No, I'm saying option one, I believe, is my preference aesthetically.
Anybody have any other comments?
The
Does
material,
anyone agree or disagree with that mistake?
Well, I think that's a valid point.
yes, you're saying that, we're losing the stained glass window.
Well, it can be incorporated to the side.
But I can put it to the side, as you would go down, you would have it from the street side. That window could be put in there.
Sitting on the window?
On this,
Proposed left side.
There's another stained glass window on that left facade already, right?
Yeah,
Or higher up.
yeah.
So it's sort of a back of house element that's very front of house, right? So it's calibrating how informal or formal this is in relation to the rest of the building and what materials are used and how centered the door is, et cetera, et cetera.
So what do you? I think that the window in relation to that rear door, the original intent and the original design of that is completely lost with the shed roof, overhanging that door. And so in my mind, it's no longer kind of serving its original purpose.
But would you want it on the side?
Even aesthetically from the exterior looking at that, it looks, are you looking at the street view? Yeah. It just, to me, it looks very much like, okay, this has been a kind of remodeled opening that's just been hodgepodge. And yeah, there's this old window there, but it's so awkward looking. It's partially covered. It's right up, to the.
And
Where the
stained
roof
glass
is,
window is
right.
meant to be like an elegant, nice moment, and
Yeah.
this is a shed that's attached to the back of the building that's anomalous, right? It's not- Already.
So maybe it doesn't get incorporated.
I think it's already clear enough.
Yeah. It's drawing kind of a decorative attention to something that really doesn't warrant like that kind of
Well,
decoration.
it may have served a purpose when it was just a Bilco door, but now that you have this enclosure, all of a sudden kind of looks,
It's still that lighted.
huh?
It's still that lighted, that area.
When you're putting
Well, but you,
on this thing, you're putting a glass window.
I think it is like exactly the kind of weird stuff that you see all over editions of Cold Spring, where you're like
So we
recycling
don't do it.
elements. I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine to do that. I would like to see it used in some way. I
Oh,
think.
it would be, but I'm just saying that we don't put it there.
I think I kind of agree with Kate actually in giving it more thought, and that it's such a small little structure that it.
And I'm having, in general, I understand the programmatic need for this structure. I'm just having a hard time accepting its existence. But you said it's
Yeah.
street, and it will be covered on the sides. It will just be this odd shed attached to this building. And so
I
programmatically,
can't change it any other way. I'm telling you right now. Water issues, I'm not gonna change it. I would change for what you guys want, but other than that,
Just saying,
I can't.
I understand programmatically why you
Oh,
feel
it was big.
necessary.
It's a big problem. And I had to stop it. A lot of water's coming through there. I don't even know where some of it comes from.
Are you also proposing to remove windows, the basement windows, and
No.
remove charging?
I'm putting in all new windows, which was on the other plan.
No, I just meant the basement level.
The basement level's gonna have new windows too.
They just weren't. They just
I don't
weren't
see any
included.
windows here, so I just.
Or they just aren't on here. So
Oh,
they
they
just
he probably
they
didn't put
just
the,
didn't-
I'm sorry, I didn't see he took them
he
off.
just didn't include them in the.
Yeah, they're
drawing,
there,
but
and they're
then
not gonna be gone.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we did that.
Asphalt shingles will be matching the roof.
Roof wood, and, I'm going to be doing the same type of siding, even though it's an asbestos, so they have a fake asbestos siding that would match
Will you be using this roof shingle or what you did on the main building?
on the top.
The main.
Well, the
roof.
top you can't even see because it's black rubber. The only thing is I put,
The mansard.
on the mansard side, I wound up putting slate, like, that looked like the rubber, but it's a slate.
Okay,
I wouldn't be putting that. On this, I would just put black
a black asphalt.
asphalt shingle.
Door, I think.
The door that's there.
new PVC soffit and fascia.
That would just be not, you know, the, yeah, PVC, basically a composite wood. So that it doesn't rot, would be the same thing.
All right, well, I guess, the issue I would have is that there are certain things which, if it was set back a ways, we could probably, allow it, but I think you're talking about something which is very close to somebody walking by.
Mhm.
I'll tell you what, PVC, you can't tell the difference. I have it on so many of my buildings.
Yeah, you got.
I have not been able to, I'll take you to one of my buildings a week and you tell me you can see that's PVC. You
When
tell me.
when
I
it's,
bet you when it's painted, you cannot tell.
We don't allow other people to do it.
Well, it's just, you can't tell. And
certain
people as
composites.
who own buildings, you want to make them as maintenance free as possible.
Well,
You don't
I
want stuff to
understand
rot.
that. I guess my question is that, we're talking about something which is right there
In your face.
in
If
your
you want it in
face.
wood, we'll make it in wood. It
Okay.
doesn't matter to me. I do it in wood.
Yeah. The door,
About the door.
what is the proposed door?
You want a different door, I'll put a different door.
That's what
Well,
you're.
that's the door that's there.
Right.
So it's a metal door.
What do you want, wood?
I can't really make out what it looks like, that door.
What, the old one?
All right.
You can throw it out.
Okay, I'm asking the board right now, option one or option two. I've heard that option one, the big difference is the fact that you're sitting in the middle of the enclosure. Option two, is lead over the stairs going up.
Option one and the left enclosed space is better,
Yeah.
it looks less immersive. Unless it's like too diminutive, it's a small little.
I think at least that when it's centered on that.
Maybe the column size we should talk about.
So, I hear two option ones. Lauren,
Oh, option one is better.
Kimberly?
So this line has moved over to there, where here is. So this is all. In this version, the wall goes right up to the stair, so then the door is no longer centered on the space. It's like a bigger enclosed space. The wall goes up and then there's a space in those stairs, and on the next one, the wall still does that, but they do a second wall that hits these stairs.
So,
Option one, there's.
option one, okay.
Space. Well, she.
And now, let's, the question of the window. Do we want the window relocated to another place?
I would love for it to be relocated at some point or incorporated in some way, but I agree with Kate's sentiment of sort of decorating something that would not, that really should be kind of diminutive to the overall think that it should be included there.
All right. Kimberly?
Of what? Sorry, the,
That's the street view.
Maybe two.
Hmm?
Maybe that's maybe just like less stuff going on.
Lauren? Your thought?
I would like to see the window saved. The stained glass window saved and used,
There or somewhere else?
just,
Oh, yeah,
Velvet.
it will
And-
be used somewhere. I just have to figure where.
and all wood. And the doors wood.
Okay,
That's fine.
Possible.
all right. For the interviewing as far as the wood and the,
Mhm.
on the, soffit and,
And a wooden.
It's gonna be
and
work.
the door.
And nothing is changing, other than the roofing material for the section of roof and the posts and all of that
Well, the post.
over the doors, the exterior door up the steps. Is,
You mean that section there?
yeah, the only thing that's changing is the shingle.
It's gonna, that section's just, the roof's gonna come all the way across.
Yeah,
But all of that will remain the same.
but the posts and the, that stuff that drops down off of it, that all, and the rail, the wrought iron railing, that you're not touching any of that.
No,
Yeah.
I guess my question is, new pressure treated 4x4 post primed and painted. And I don't see, I see one post being different width as opposed to the other,
I think that's.
no, it's a drain.
huh?
Oh,
a
the
drain.
gutter?
The gutter,
The
isn't that a
post.
gutter
Post.
on the end?
yeah, there's one post on the. There's another post that's,
Oh.
Are you saying one fatter than the other?
Yeah,
Well, then we'll make sure that they're both, I don't know why he did that,
first step.
but we can make everything, of
Yeah.
course, uniform, which it should be.
But these posts are not being. This post will be there. Yeah.
Well, that's a whole new. Sorry, did that exist? That shed roof exist?
What?
Right, the two existing posts. Maybe.
yeah, in other words, you've got two posts right now. And, are you replacing those posts?
He said no.
No, I think unless, when they're putting up the wall on the one side. No, they're showing that they're still there.
Let's see. This is, in other words, you're replacing an open area with a wall.
Yeah.
This is a new wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, no, it says proposed left side. That's showing the exposed railing.
All right, and
No,
and
that's
on the
existing
proposed
right.
right
Oh.
side,
Proposed left side. This proposed right side.
So it's closing in both.
One
sides.
section would be closed in. The other section would still be open
Oh,
with the roof,
Oh.
which joins it all.
It's a big addition.
Otherwise, we're still gonna have the same problem with the water. That was why we were doing this to begin with.
Think of vestibule, an enclosed vestibule to an ultimately exterior door that you step up into might feel like a little bit 1980s, like a little bit weird. Cause that existing door has existed with a shed roof. Like the existing conditions is this, right?
Open.
Closed, open, you walk up the stairs, you go in the door. Like that for support. Like pretending there's no basement, like if it was just the front, this
That's
this
still better, I
door.
mean. It's gonna
You're
still
not
be.
showing that though. You're showing it closed. That's the proposed right side. That's the existing right side and the proposed.
But then the rest of this will be open and so will this side.
That's what we wanna make sure that there won't be a wall on the
The right side's gonna have a wall.
the right
Right
side.
side's gonna have a wall.
The right side of the stairs.
That won't.
That's what we want
No,
to
that
show,
won't.
because it's drawn to have
So
a
it's
wall.
drawn wrong. This is incorrect.
Oh, he put it as there's a wall?
Yeah.
What we want to make sure is that the
As far
steps
as
to the
my
basement,
understanding was and what I
the
told him,
steps to the basement are enclosed.
yeah,
Step
the rest
up
of it is not
is
gonna,
open the way that it is.
except the one side's gonna have the wall because that's gonna be to the basement.
The wall, this side
No, no, no.
between the basement and the stairs has
Yes,
the wall.
yes.
That's
But
not,
then that other side's supposed to be open.
says here, new stud wall siding to match existing, and it's
So the
shown
drawing has to be changed.
on the other side of.
So I mean, there's no problem with that because we're leaving that open anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
That will be
so
open.
that's
That
being
didn't
deleted.
have a water issue. That's not gonna matter. That's
Wrought
gonna be
iron
all open.
railing on each side of the steps
Right.
is staying open.
Yes,
That
yeah.
whole entryway is staying open.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
those
this-
posts will be the existing posts, and essentially you're just gonna extend the shed roof.
The shed.
Yes,
roof extension.
and they're gonna be, of course, painted and all, which they gotta be repainted.
But that's not what is shown on the
So
drawing.
the
Well,
drawing-
apparently they wound up putting that side piece, which they weren't told to do.
Okay. All right, so do I have a motion concerning this application with the following changes?
The door,
Okay, well, let me go down the list.
and is there any lighting being added? Or no
There is a light
exterior?
there.
There's
There's a light under the porch.
just a light under the porch, but no other exterior
Okay.
sconces or anything like that are
Oh,
being,
no, the light's above.
so that's just staying.
Yeah.
all right, so following application, or the application as submitted with the following changes. The PVC soffit and fascia is to be wood. The doors are to be wood. The window. That's as submitted. But there is no wall on the right side of the stairs going up.
There are no walls on either side of the steps going up.
Well,
No, I have one on one side. I have to.
yeah.
The one side has the one side, on the one side of the step has a wall.
I'm treating the two
Oh, it's
entries
separate.
as separate
Oh,
things.
okay.
So the one going down, fully enclosed, the one going up,
Okay, that's
fully
fine.
unenclosed.
Yeah, I have,
It's a
I
little
have to
Yeah.
mark up the drawings and your drawing shows a wall here. And that is not gonna happen.
Exactly.
Did we all make a decision on one or two though?
Do you have no preference?
You went to two. you
I
said.
think I missed that too, but
I
if
think
you're
it's,
doing all of this, I just make it one thing, like rather than having this little bit.
And
then your wrought iron railing is essentially going to be abutting a solid shingle wall.
Like a metal.
I agree with two if you recentered the door. The door is recentered, it looks nice. The door to the basement and in version two, the second.
Door
page,
is centered now. to
It's on
go
the center
down
of the
the
stairs.
Stairs, I couldn't recenter it. I'll be over here and the stairs are over.
The stairs were, if that would work or not.
Okay, So do I have a motion concerning the
We're
application?
back to talking about option one and
Right.
two. Kate was a one, I was a one. Kimberly? Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a two if the door is recentered, because
I can't
is
do-
less
I can't
fuzzy.
center it. So it's enter to the stairs.
Okay, so I need a
Are you a
motion,
one?
huh?
Were you an option one-er?
An option.
And the stained glass be salvaged for repurposing.
Okay, yes. Let's say the patch window opening.
In the same box, so it's like facing the other door.
All right, do I have a motion?
We don't, we need
Door stacks.
Huh?
We need the
Shingle
door stacks.
and shingle stack.
That's what we usually ask for before we get.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just hearing this and agreeing it.
Well,
So right, the next person, when we ask for them, they'll say, well, you did it.
Yeah,
Well,
we need
the
to
other
see
people for
the
it.
cut sheet. Like
Be
we need
consistent,
for-
right?
What is it that you're looking for?
a cut sheet for the doors, the wood doors.
So we'd like a wood door, so
Okay.
proposed wood door, whatever shingle you're using, the brand, the cut sheet for the shingle. And then we understand that you are kind of matching the existing shingles and painting the wooden, as the rest of the building has, so I don't think we need
Well, that-
anything.
yeah,
That's all,
that-
right? The shingle and the door,
Gutter. Is it here? Maybe it's here.
probably you have whatever the gutter you used for,
They got shitty gutters on there.
yeah.
They're white crap gutters. If anything, they'll probably be black
Be a
gutters.
black.
It'll be a new gutter because it's a longer.
It'll
room.
probably be black.
Gutter. Yeah.
Where does the gutter spill?
Ideally, it'd be on the
That's a good.
far
question.
side from the sidewalk, but I think because the property slopes down, he has it drawn in front of it's the corner. It's the white element, I think. I think that's that white thing you see.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it can tie into the building gutter, right? Which is,
No,
I don't mean tie in, but I mean, is there the building gutter looks like it's going,
Back though.
One
Mine's
goes into
still
the
way down
ground.
here and it's
here.
But in the building gutter
Building
going into-
gutter just spills.
it's right onto the sidewalk, it's not
Yeah.
going into a drain? That was what okay.
I think it'd be much better if it's here, but the ground slope, so it would just spill, so that doesn't really worry.
Well, that's, the gutter's supposed, rather the leader spills here. Okay,
No, the gut, isn't that going into a drain?
Yeah, one
Both
goes
of
into one goes into a drain underground. I don't know if I can tie the other one into it, I have to say.
If that was possible, I think it would be.
Not have
Oh, I'd
to-
like it too, if I
Yeah,
can.
if you can, I think that would be a preference
With all
for
the water, I'd
everyone,
love to
because,
do something,
rather than have it spill
but I
like
can't
a
promise
sidewalk.
that.
Okay,
So you want me to show you which door I'm ordering? Is that what you want? You want to show which door
and just the shingle brand,
and the brands of the shingle?
yeah,
what's,
Will be black shingles architectural. But I'll just get you that.
Of the,
And they have
of
parking.
these shingles,
Oh, those are asphalt shingles. They're gonna be the same asphalt shingle, but they're not asphalt. I mean, not asphalt, asbestos,
So we
but
can
they're copies.
see what you're.
I can bring you one of those samples of them.
oh, just a parking pipe or parking,
I mean, I don't know what it was
What are
originally
we talking
for.
about? That yellow part?
yeah.
Right, that's their pipes for the no parking.
Okay.
For somebody ripped one down already. They left the parking.
Okay, so now the question I have is that, what we would like to get from you is
Now, does the door, it's fine to have glass in the door, correct? But you just want it wood.
spec sheet?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
as far as the number of panes, your plan is to replace the windows in the building, right?
Yeah,
With,
it's whatever we agreed on last time.
I think it's 2/2. So I feel like getting rid of those divisions and, right, and having a single pane of glass.
Just one plain glass?
Just
Alright.
one rectangle pane of glass rather than have those divisions on there, since
That's
the
fine.
rest of the building will be larger pieces.
All right, what else do we want spec sheets on? We have the door, the roof shingles.
The siding.
She wants to.
Well, the siding is supposed to match the existing.
Can be the asbestos siding, but not asbestos. Building's asbestos siding.
Okay.
Okay, so. Can you have your architect revise the drawings by with these things and prepare submittal of the things that we are asking for? And we'll take a vote in the July meeting. Usually, when is July meeting? Sorry?
You're looking option one, and what else did you want him to change on this drawing?
Well, he's got to delete the
Oh, yeah, to the right.
right, you need to put a note
That's,
salvaging the
that's called
window.
out up here too. It's a new stud wall, so
And the PVC soffit and fascia need to be wood. And the door needs to be all out of the wood.
So I'll get you guys copies of the for the wooden door. And for the roofing shingles, and we're just gonna shake down the fan and get rid of that wall.
Yeah.
Is that pretty much what he had to do with that? With this plan?
yeah, for option one.
option
And then
one.
drawing the new door, you can take the divisions
Yeah,
out of the
take that out.
glass. And
But this still need to go for the zoning board?
That's about
That's
to
a,
deal with that.
that's a separate.
Just have a language and that's
Yeah.
form of it and then that's. not it. Unless it comes from.
Cool.
And we'll put you on the agenda for next meeting.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
Cool.
very good.
Thank you. Later. Okay. Is it rest for real quick?
Do we have minutes?
Yeah, not March, only May.
And so 20 parsonage is gonna get moved
Yes,
for the next month.
yeah,
And then there was somebody who wanted a workshop.
yeah,
So
They-
that will get moved to next month too.
yeah,
And you just remind me of that again.
HR, and thank you.
So 20,
You'll get that tomorrow.
And will that be a workshop or just a,
I think they're just gonna monthly meeting, yeah, just to make it easier. Cause I think what happened, they requested and they needed to revise, so, yeah. What are you saying now?
well, I was gonna say, all right, 20 parsonage, that's next meeting.
Yeah,
But it's not even on the agenda, so therefore we don't have to come up with any. But, what,
May should be, you guys have.
May 19th.
Yeah.
Parthenon Street Solar did not show up.
Did not.
Said we would see them at the last minute.
I mean, we have it ready for next time.
We do.
Just because the fire company's doing extractions there, vehicle extraction.
Draft minutes, May 19th.
Learn how to like get people out of
Oh,
busted cars.
cool.
No, Cheryl Brooks is on the fire company.
Oh.
Okay, so May 19th. And do we have March 7th?
No, no more.
Just a minute.
I'm.
Do we want to include on 207, include that? A sentence just saying the board confirmed that. That 6 foot high fence is allowable or something per the code.
Yeah, I think what happened in the video, Kate mentioned that the 6 feet, it was behind the structure. So I think in the video,
It was in, yeah, the rear lot line,
Okay.
or it was a side yard, but in the rear yard.
Right.
So
Okay.
it complies, so there's
Sorry,
like.
you just.
So we application to replace existing, rear lot line 4-inch high wooden section, would that do it? Then it's like more obvious? Or just, doesn't
Yeah.
matter, cause it's. I don't know if it matters.
I think that that's helpful to have in there, just.
Let's just say the same, rear, is that the right term to use right here? Rear lot line 4-foot high wooden section? It sounds like I'm putting it in the wrong spot, place, and making it sound weird.
Or just rear yard 4 foot high fence.
Yeah, rear yard. That's
Or at
better,
the end,
because
as
technically
in the rear yard.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. It's 4-foot high wooden fence in the rear yard.
Yeah.
Can you add that after fence in the rear yard?
the 4 foot high.
Just at the very.
And then Fort King Academy, I'm not, is it, these were new stairs? They were like replaced.
They were concrete steps, I think, that are degrading at Jeff's house that he wanted to do with stone and loose flagstone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we asked about the handrail, so there should be something that says,
No changes to the handrails, which are currently wrought iron. The applicant proposed to replace degraded concrete steps with stone and bluestone. I don't remember.
Well, the treads were bluestone, but there was something on the side,
Which is stone facing, right? I think it's
Yeah.
stone, like stone.
stone
Yeah,
as opposed to bluestone.
so stone steps with flagstone treads? Or bluestone treads?
No, the treads were bluestone.
applicant requested to modify concrete stairs and add bluestone. I'm gonna leave it at
The
that.
treads were bluestone, but I think in addition to that, he was also using stone
Yeah.
for the riser
Right.
and the
exactly.
sides.
So. There are no changes to the handrails, which are currently wrought iron.
All right,
But before that.
Before that should be a sentence saying,
to
the
replace
applicant proposes replacing.
deteriorated concrete stairs with bluestone and treads and
Stone risers.
stone risers.
Did you get that, Abby? So, bluestone treads and stone risers. To replace degraded concrete steps.
Okay.
55 Main Street, what we should indicate that he has to go back and prepare an application.
the applicant should return or at the next meeting,
Or,
with a new application.
Yeah, but also I don't know that we want to say we propose two options. We could just say two options were discussed.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
okay, you got all of that? Okay, do I have, a motion concerning the minutes?
Minutes is modified.
Second,
All in favor, say aye. Aye,
aye.
okay. So. Do I have a motion concerning adjournment?
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
All in favor, say aye.
How was Iceland?
It was, I